Hello everybody. I would like to present you a new feature that it's a different look of the data we use to display. It is called the reservation report. If you remember what has been released recently related to the counter of transaction, we have computed. You are now able to visualize the number of reservations you have taken over the last 7 days, as well as the number of cancellations. Keep in mind that those variance data are shown in the opposite. It's black when it's negative on the reservation, but it's green when it's negative in cancellation, because it means that you are taking less cancellation than before. We also developed on the reporting part an analytics of these cancellations that you can find in the preset cancellation analysis, and you are able to cross all the data together, focusing on the cancels, but as well as on the regular business, which is on the book. Now, I would like to show you on the booking page a new tab that is called the reservation. The concept is not to compute the on rent, so the volume of days that is confirmed, but the transactions. Okay, so for the first time now we are going to display the transactions. As you can see, we have all those histograms because we didn't want to overlap or to mix the view with the regular graph. And the 2 days date keeps the same color coding, which is black for the transactions of this year and light blue for the transaction you took last year at the same time. And we added this red part, which will be below the 0, in order to display the number of cancellations that has been taken over the last 7 days, as well as the number of cancels you had last year during the same pickup day. So yesterday, because the data has been refreshed as of yesterday, we took 30 new current reservations. And last year we took, unfortunately, 453, which is far much better than the year before. And in terms of cancellation, we took 72. Last year on the same day of the transaction, we had 89. So the level of cancellation is reducing a little bit. So we display the last 7 days that has been taken, as well as the upcoming 3 weeks ahead. However, you are able to play with the regular date range button, as well as any other filter that you used to play with. Let's see in April how many transactions I took and how many cancels I took for the broker segment. So you can manipulate the filter as you used to by car, geography, brand, customer, let's say the sales part. And if you want to have a broader range of activity, let's focus now on the beginning, since the beginning of the year. I can select my 1st of Jan till today's date, and I will see a wider range of transactions that has been taken for that period. And I can really see here the huge volume of cancel that was taken due to this lockdown around the world due to the coronavirus, or the COVID-19 as it used to be known. But we decided to show something more in detail. So let me freeze back and go to what have been taken from the 1st of March. This is when the coronavirus has been really expanded around the world in terms of business impact, till the end of August. So now I have a clear vision of, again, the black is the confirmed transaction I took. The blue is the transactions that were taken for the past or that are that were taken in the future. Okay, so what is I can expect to have this back, and the red are for the cancels, either the dark red, the cancel of this year, and the light red, are the cancels of last year. But it would be interesting to see what is the impact of those cancels or new transactions in number of checkouts for the future. Meaning by that, I would like to know if the cancels I had are spreading around the entire year or are mostly concentrated on some particular checkout dates. And we prepare these buttons on the bottom. If you click on the checkout, then we remove everything related to last year. And the lines, either the black line for this year or the red line for the cancels of this year, are showing here where most of those pickups has impacted my on rent. So most of the transactions I've taken in my demo example were impacting the checkouts of the month of March. As you can see, the black line is almost flat for the rest. And in terms of cancels, the huge number of cancels I had were mostly impacted the current months, so the month of March, as well as April. And why April? Because this year we have Easter weekend, which will fit from the 10th to the 13th, and we can see that most of the cancels impacts the Easter weekend. And then for the future, nothing. This is what sometimes when you look at your current portfolio of activity, we can see that in the future, when we compare the current situation versus last year, most of the time, and for some of you, the business is pretty stable. So most of the impacts were during this period, which is now, since the lockdown has been activated, until April. And unfortunately, most of the countries will still be locked down or closed until the mid 15th of April, so after Easter Monday, or potentially the entire April month. So Christian has been working a lot on this new feature. We hope you will like it, and it will help you to control, understand, and pilot your activity better. Wish you an excellent optimization, and talk to you soon for a new tutorial. Bye-bye.